So this is the fantasy impact that the Julio Jones trade is going to happen for everyone involved in it. Okay. And I tweeted this out, and it's a bunch of chart emojis. So I'm going to delve into it. It's more complicated, but on Twitter, I summed it up with chart emojis. Matt Ryan stock goes down. Now there's several ways to look at this. It was basically heading this way anyway. So he's another year older. He's with the Falcons. That means that he's on it. It's not an exciting place. He's getting beat up a lot. He's aging faster than someone else, right? It's a very depressing place to play. He doesn't want, he wants to win a freaking Super Bowl. He came really close a few years ago to winning it. So with all that being said, is he towards his end of his career? So it's not per se the Julio Jones trade exactly that I'm giving him chart down emojis, but it's so many variables going against him. The only good variable, they drafted Kyle Pitts. So, if you want to say that and Julio's a wash, it's not, because that's a rookie tight end. If you want to say that, that's fine. Bad O-line. They haven't had a run game in years. And like I said, another year with a bad team.
Bad defense.
Well, that actually helps. But he's going to be more tired. He could get more beat up. You know what I mean? What are the Falcons going to do? Oh, they're going to throw the ball. They're just going to tee up. So yeah, it's just rough. If you want to take Matt Ryan at the end of the draft as your QB2, that's great. Calvin Ridley's stock goes up, but there's already fantasy articles saying wide receiver 1 ? And so it's I see this guy being drafted in round 1 in some PPR leagues. Rarely, but I'm saying his ADP is going higher, and that's why I'm probably going to be avoiding Calvin Ridley. Mid round 2, I'd consider him. Late round 2, I love it. That's I've taken him all the time, but I honestly don't think he's going to fall to late round 2 in vast majority of my drafts. I don't think so. And so that's why I'm kind of avoiding him. Kyle Pitts, stock up. Now I'm in between everybody. He's a polarizing player. So fantasy community is this guy's being drafted way too early. And the other fantasy community is his upside's tight end 1. I'm taking him. I would want to, if it's the end of round 6, late round 6, I'll take him. Round 7, I'll take him all the time. So if he falls a decent amount, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm not willing to take that risk late round 4, which is he's going mid to late round 4 in a lot of drafts. I'm not willing to take that risk probably that early. But I have so much confidence. And yes, it's a rookie tight end. I have that much confidence in this guy year 1. Targets, everything's going to be there. I think this is perfect scenario for Kyle Pitts. How much faith do you guys have in Kyle Pitts for year 1?
Obviously, I'm very high on him. I got him with the 7th overall pick in our dynasty draft. And I was able to trade away Darren Waller because I have Kyle Pitts now. And I just think that he's going to step in right away for Julio Jones. He's going to take all those targets. He's a big body in the red zone. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns. And he's just going to be an elite tight end right off the bat. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Michael. Brain, I'd have to disagree with you. I'd take him in the 4th round and just risk it. You got to risk it for those championships. And he's the type of player that, you're right, he could be the TE1 or for years to come. So I think that he's a stud.
Well, let's say you're in 10 leagues and he's available at 4.11 in all 10 of your leagues. You wouldn't even diversify. You just go all in.
You might be right. If I'm in 10 leagues, definitely diversifying the portfolio with your stocks and shares is smart. But, he's going to be a fantastic player straight out the gate, I believe.
Yeah, he's a sure thing. So you can do worse at 4.11 than Kyle Pitts, who's, has a high probability of success this year.
We do have that meme, by the way. We do have that meme. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, the meme is in.
Yes, that will be of much use very soon. I got it. Okay. Yeah. There are some crappy options at 4.11. Who's going to be there? Actually, it's going to be Julio Jones.
Yeah,
Mike
exactly.
Evans, Montgomery goes right before that, usually. But here's a good one, Miles Gaskin. So I'd
Ooh.
probably take Miles Gaskin, which is
Yeah.
not, or ETN. I would. And then
Me too.
here's the thing. If I miss out on Kyle Pitts at 411, which is too early for me, I'll just get Hawkinson in round 6 or 7. I'll get Mark Andrews round 6 or 7, and I think I'll be very good because I'm going to take that Mike Davis in round 6, like I said, at ETN round 5, and then pass up on Kyle Pitts. That's where I'm standing. I definitely don't want him in a lot of leagues, and I definitely do want him in some leagues. So he's, I'm diversifying my portfolio. I see about 18% share in Kyle Pitts because I won't be reaching for him. That's the thing. And
will he be a
guys
top 5 tight end though at the end of the year? Will he? In your eyes?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay.
Will he be top 3 though? I think is a bigger question because there's a big tier gap in tight ends. So having that top 3 tight end, I mean, even Mark Andrews and Hawkinson are probably a little bit lower in terms of just points per season based on the difference in skill.
I don't think the tier gap is that big, but there is a tier gap there is the big 3 though that does exist: Kittle, Waller, and Kelsey. Now Kyle Pitts, top 3, yeah, he does have a realistic shot. I think top 2, he definitely need an injury or something to happen to like a Kelsey or Waller. With top 3, yeah, there definitely is things change all the time. So yeah, top 3 without any weird things happening, he does have a legitimate shot of sneaking in that top 3. I mean, they're gonna throw the ball. Like that's just, there's no, like, this is a team that throws the ball. This is a team with no offense. No defense. Like they're gonna throw. And Matt Ryan's he's not a rushing quarterback, so there's no designed QB runs. Like there's like no other options here. Okay, we stopped salivating about Kyle Pitts. Next up is
the Kyle Pitts segment over.
Yes, it's over. Next up is the Russell Gage segment. Extremely boring.
Theory.
We could just skip. You could just skip Gage theory. He's just a guy. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm definitely not reaching for him. He's a guy that's like, oh crap! Like, I forgot to put him in my rankings, and he might slip, and then that's what I take him. Like, that's what I think of him. Like,
let someone else take him.
Great option because he's so unsexy. He could be like the unsexiest guy in this whole list. He is that. He is, in fact, the unsexiest name in this whole list. And that's unsexy names sometimes fall. So I'm giving him, of course, 2 charts up. Like, of course, he's going to get way more targets because now he's starting on every single play. He's gonna get a ton of snaps, so he'll get some targets. Ryan Tannehill's stock goes way up. So I got him in this tier around roughly. I got Tom Brady ahead of him in my rankings, which I'm not nowhere near finalizing yet, but I am coming close to doing my redraft rankings. So he's going to be below Tom Brady, but he's going to be right around this Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow range. So like around QB 15, something like that. QB 14 maybe. Joe Burrow's growing on me as well. Like I really think he's going to be good with his rushing ability and chase, and they're going to throw the ball. So Ryan Tannehill, huge boost. No need to. That's what's cool is no need to reach for him in 1 QB leagues. Derrick Henry stock goes way up. Like there aren't too many other receivers in football that require double teams than Julio Jones. So if you're going to double Julio and double teaming is, I don't know. It's kind of more like a phrase. I guess people think like, oh, double team, put one safety up top and one corner. Double teaming is very complex. You got to figure out how you're going to do it. Sometimes actually you take a linebacker and prevent the short dig route, the short slant, something, a medium, intermediate inside route. Sometimes you're taking a safety for a deep play. Like it's whatever. It's going to require 2 people, but it's not just like, oh, it's a deep route and we're going to put a safety. It just requires more players, more resources. There's a lot of ways, but no matter which way it's going to happen, whether it's a linebacker, playing a zone to prevent like an inside intermediate route or a safety, it's going to take away from Derrick Henry, who you have to tackle early. Once he gets going, he's like juggernaut. So you're either gonna double team Julio or you're gonna stack the box with 9 men to try to stop Henry. You got to pick your poison. So both these guys are going to have huge plays. Derrick Henry, huge run. Julio Jones, huge gain. So I love Derrick Henry now. I think I'm going to have him. Yes, he has now my top 3, my 3rd overall option in redraft. So it's going to be CMC, then Dalvin, then Derrick Henry. And that's full PPR. So that's how much I like Derrick Henry. And we do have this meme. AJ Brown stock goes down. Just basically, he's going to get less fantasy points, but just a teeny bit. Like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And that's why I love AJ Brown. Now he's falling around. He's going to start to fall to round 3. I'm pull the trigger because I hated AJ Brown going early round 2. Like, people's like, he's the best receiver. Now, because of the Julio trade and what I just said. So now they're either going to devote more resources to stopping Henry or Julio. And there's one guy who's always going to get single coverage, always going to get the worst corner, whatever the case may be. You can't worry about AJ Brown even if Julio is a banged up decoy, you got AJ Brown over there. Like, I love him. Give him to me in round 3, 100% of the time. Julio Jones stock goes down, but I was already willing to take him late round 4. So now on occasion might fall to round 5. These idiots that are drafting push him up to round 3. I don't know how that makes sense. This trade happens, and now some people are drafting him round 3 now. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't even get that. Anthony Ferguson hype train is kind of over. I'll still take him as a tight end too in a deep league though. I don't care. And Mike Davis, no change. And Olamide Zacchaeus is a deep league sleeper. For those of you weirdos out there who want to take a risk.
I know a few of them.
So people pick. You see a couple of Zacchaeus ads?
I just swooped him.
Oh, there you go.
I just swooped him in one of our leagues. I dropped Jeff Driscoll, so there was room.
Yeah,
this is a great meme.
That's a good move. All right, so here's the meme. Guys, this is the part you don't get about this meme. This meme is a meme in itself. So in this meme, for the audio listeners, Julio Jones is wide open. And then it says AJ Brown is wide open. The tight ends, and it shows Ryan Tannehill handing the ball off to a very hungry, very greedy, ready to tear it up, Derrick Henry. And guys, this is a meme in itself. This is a Uno reverse meme in itself. This is a to be continued meme in itself because you actually don't know what's going to happen. The next thing that's going to happen is that this is a play action. Boom!
Whoa.
52-yard touchdown by whoever. I don't know. It could be Julio or AJ Brown. Either one of those guys.
Josh Reynolds, wide open.
No, God, we don't want to hear it. No,
I wanted the reaction.
That's not good.
Who's their tight end now? Is it still John
Anthony Ferguson. John who's on the Patriots.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anthony Ferguson is the tight end.
Welcome to the show, Mike.
Yeah. Late. Still late.
But isn't this obvious that it's going to be? This is a play action. Like they're gonna call play. Yeah. Like you got to call. Like this is gonna be the best play action team in football
for sure.
Stop Derrick Henry, juggernaut, and then you literally got Julio and AJ Brown. There is one thing I almost forgot to add to this. So more like talking about AJ Brown stock and whatnot. So actually, I've been to Atlanta a few times. I know a lot of people that know Julio Jones. Even my Uber driver has seen Julio Jones in action over there. Can't repeat the story. I don't do that. I know Julio Jones. This guy is a competitive SOB. Straight up, he's a jerk. That's going to help AJ Brown. He is not the type of dude that's going to want AJ Brown just to brown nose him and going to be joyous. He's going to be like, listen, you bum, step up, join my level. I'm up here. Come up here. That's who Julio Jones is. And, that's fine. That's great. Like he's going to push AJ Brown. Like how can any other scenario happen where AJ Brown gets to learn and gets to get pushed and step it up and eventually become that, that next guy who's getting 100 the next Hopkins, the next Julio, I think this is the move. So in Dynasty, people looking at this differently. I don't think anyone's even dissected this yet or fully dissected it in their heads. AJ Brown is even better in Dynasty now because he's going to get better. So if you can get any type of discount on AJ Brown, I pull the trigger. Thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, I think AJ Brown. I mean, he's already a mentor to AJ Brown before the trade. Julio was, and he's basically what AJ Brown is like aspiring to be. They're both big body wide receivers, who are very talented. So he's gonna show AJ Brown the playbook and the blueprint to be an all pro, wide receiver, elite wide receiver. So it could only help AJ Brown in long term.
Yeah, and I can't really add more than what you guys have already said, other than I love discounts. So if you're offering me an elite player at a discount, I'm all ears.
Yeah, some leagues may not have that discount price, but you got everyone's doing this differently. Some leagues are gonna have it, mark down, clearance, sale, whatever it
Rogers
might be.
Rate.
Discount double check.
Hey, 10% off. Like, make that trade. 10% off. That's huge. That's AJ Brown we're talking about, baby.